you're constantly chasing
Mhm.
deals. You're constantly, I mean,
Yeah.
everything from, what do they call it? Driving for dollars, where you're looking for dilapidated houses that you can buy at a discount and bring up to standard and sell. You're constantly
Yeah.
calling realtors and chasing people, and the I buy ugly house guys, and wholesaling and all of these other strategies. And I've done all those things, and it is a grind. You're constantly working. I love being a real estate investor, and I started my career that way. I started doing that. I had a full time job doing it, and I started having success. And I quit my job thinking I was going to have all this freedom, right? Well, the truth
Right.
is, that didn't happen. It
Yeah.
wasn't until I learned how to do the buyer first. And I learned it from a gentleman in that I just stumbled upon. I was educating myself. I was going to seminars and boot camps and all that, and learning strategies. And some of those boot camps you'd get a nugget out of, and some of them, are just garbage. But at the end of the day, I still put myself out there because that's the life that I wanted to live. And when I finally quit my job, that was in 1996, November of 97. I quit my job, and I haven't had a job since. I've been a real estate investor since that time. And when I quit my job, I thought I was going to have all this freedom. Well, I was self employed. I could leave town when I wanted to and take vacations and didn't have to check with an employer. So there was some freedoms that came along with that, but I busted my butt, man. I was working hard and I was doing
Yeah.
well, but it was a grind. And if you stop working, your income stops. I mean, you gotta, so when I learned of this buyer first method or strategy, it was from a gentleman that
Mhm.
I paid him 5 grand to learn it. Right. Uh, his method was completely different. It had the home buyer presentation start with the buyer first. And I was skeptical, but I started doing it, man. And I'll tell you something, the referrals started happening, and I became known as that person that could get you into a home as an owner, not a tenant. And my business just exploded and took off. And that's when I really started having freedom, because the transactions themselves, that's simple.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
I mean, any real estate investor that buys property first, they always have to have a buyer. And that property could sit there 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, six
Yeah.
months. And you talk about eating away your profit and sleepless
Yeah.
nights, that's a problem. I
Yeah.
mean, and it becomes a problem. And I've been there. I've had it happen. And now you're discounting it or taking a loss. And that's part of the learning process. But when you start with the buyer
Yeah.
first and you prepare them with this home buyer's presentation, so they know exactly what's going to happen and they're ready to go, they've got their down payment set aside and they're ready, then
Mhm.
you go find the property, because that's the part, it's just a detail, right? Finding the right property for them. And once you find it and they look at it, it's not like they're hem hawing around. They send the earnest money same day. This is it. This is our house. We want it. You use their earnest money as a real estate investor to tie up the property.
Mm.
And then
Okay.
they send their down payment to the title company 48 hours in advance. So you're not even using your own money in this strategy. You've got your buyer's money and they're happy to send it. And they know that it's got to be there. In fact, the entire home buyer presentation just lays it all out for them. So there's no surprises. They know exactly what they have to do, and their money's safe. If something happens and the inspection on the house comes back and then they back out, they're not going to lose their money or anything like that. So it's extremely secure. It's perfected. I mean, it's truly perfected. 25 years I've been doing this.